Welcome to the Blitz Show, brought to you by Covers, where Derek Carty and his Blitz projections look to pick off the best plus EV plays for every primetime game in the NFL. Week 4, Derek, Thursday night football, Lions and Packers, Detroit -1.5 road favorites, total 46 that has been bet up. And as a man who does projections and modeling, these are not the easiest games for you, I'm sure. Green Bay has a ton of injuries everywhere, possibly 3 members of the O-line. Aaron Jones, Christian Watson are there. Yair Alexander, basically like every spot on both sides of the ball. And then Detroit has 3 O-linemen who possibly could miss. What do you have in your projections in terms of who's playing and who's in and out?
Yeah, the big ones right now, it feels like, are on Green Bay's offense, Christian Watson and Aaron Jones. Right now, it's looking like both are more likely to play than not. So that's how I have it projected. Obviously, if that were to not be the case, projections would change.
So let's put that in. Both of them were limited in practice. I believe Christian Watson went limited on the estimated report early, and then Jones, I believe, went DMP2 limited. So both trending possibly, but I think Green Bay doesn't play until next Monday night. So who knows what's going to happen with the extra time off. But let's get right to it. On the other side of the ball, we got leans, we got plays, more confidence in the plays. Your first one is a play. Jared Goff under 254.5 passing yards. Like I said, that's a play. -110. That's at Bet365, the time recording Wednesday afternoon. This is an interesting one because I think Goff is a very underrated quarterback, but there's a lot of aggregates that should be taken into account in this game. And I think that's kind of where you're leaning. Not so much on the skill set and matchup, but more of the secondary things like the pace of play, dome QB to outside, and game script.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I agree. Goff is an underrated quarterback. The Blitz thinks Goff is pretty good. It doesn't really like the context here. It's projecting about 215 yards, so it's about 40 under the line here. It has been moving down. Most books opened this around 260. It's already down to I've seen some, under 250 now. Like you said, this is a slow paced game because Green Bay plays very, very slow. So it's a pace down spot for the Lions. He's a quarterback who has his numbers inflated a little bit by playing half of his games indoors. Today, he's outdoors and they're a small favorite. So there's a chance that they're going to be running more, in the second half. So you put it all together, and this looks like a spot where we should be looking at the under for Goff.
Yeah, I think things would look better if David Montgomery comes back. They don't have to give as many carries to Jahmyr Gibbs. They can
Yep.
lean on the veteran back a little more, and he was limited at practice Tuesday as well. I believe it was just a walkthrough. And then we get to the other one, Dontavian Wicks, under 1.5 receptions, +105. That's at Bet365. Now, because of the uncertainty of the offensive lineup for Thursday night for Green Bay, this is more of a lean. But what would push this to a play? What kind of formations, what kind of people in the lineup would you need for this to be a play?
The main thing we need is for Christian Watson to be in, and to a slightly lesser extent, Aaron Jones, because when Watson has been out, Wicks has been running a lot of routes. He's been out there on about 63% of dropbacks running routes. But if Watson's in, he's going to take a lot of those. Wicks is going to go back to being probably the fourth wide receiver and probably no better than the seventh or eighth, in line for targets. So that's really what we're hoping for here, is that Wicks becomes more of an afterthought with the return of Watson, with the return of Aaron Jones, not getting as many targets as we've kind of seen him get the last couple weeks.
Tight end Musgrave has been sneaky sucking up target shares with
Oh
that
yeah.
offense. I believe he's right up there with some of the best tight ends in target share right now. So that meth has to get fed. Reed, Turi, Dubs. There are just so many things to go around. Wicks, 12% target share in a high roll. We would probably say that's his highest roll right now, and a 50% catch rate. So Love, I don't know what you have Love ranked because the numbers, there's not a lot of sample data so far, but this is a quarterback who throws into tight windows and is below Justin Fields in completion expected, above expected. So he's not that great. I am not a fan of Jordan Love. So Dontavian Wicks under 1.5 receptions, +105, Bet365. That's a lean. And then the play, Jared Goff, under 254.5 passing yards. That's a play, minus 110. Those are two plays. Well, one play, one lean, locked and loaded here for Thursday night, week 4 action. Stay tuned to the Covers Twitter page and social pages. We might have something come out as the projections change when the lineups do change. But as of now, the 2 plays. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty. This is the Blitz Show, brought to you by Covers. We'll see you back here for more primetime plus EV action Sunday Night Football.